Hey guys, how's it going? Parent here. So I've been reading the forums, off and on in my spare time, which is not so much, aside from the gaming part, of course. But I have seen a lot of people complain about the game, that they got this character and they died to desync, they died to lag, they died to something they didn't expect, like, maybe me. But the main thing is that I've seen a lot of people being very disappointed in the game because they've been faced with a death situation. I understand that, when I died on my character, I was feeling very, emptied. It's like, wow, I just made the one character that I planned so long to make for my permanent character in a permanent league, even though it's hardcore and it's not really permanent if it dies and all the good stuff. But, the idea being that a lot of people have played Path of Exile for such a long time, and they've prepared their character for such a long time that they wanted to make, that they wanted to feed gear through the races and all that stuff, and, they didn't make it all the way, or they almost did, like me, and it died. But there are some very hard facts to really consider before posting things like these, because I feel even though there is a genuine sense of frustration, understandably, it comes down to the fact that this is a permanent thing. Like, it's always going to be there. So if you die, just make another character. Just try it a little better, try it a little bit different if you want. What happens is in Path of Exile, if you guys are not familiar with it, there's a lot of races. So there's a lot of kind of different rule set temporary leagues, and when these end, they get funneled into the permanent leagues. So for instance, when there may be like a 1 week race, the 1 week race exists in a separate league. So when you make your character, you can go to hardcore, you can go to default, or you can go in the 1 week race. So if you make a character in the 1 week race and you survive the 1 week race, your character after the 1 week race would, if it was a hardcore 1 week race, would go to hardcore. And doing this over long periods of time, you're going to be able to accumulate a lot of gear, a lot of kind of stuff you want, just kind of how it used to be, but in this case is that it'll always build up. That's why I really wanted to make the character that I did, because I was fairly convinced that the Wander-based Templar is the best character in the game, by a decent margin too, if you have the best gear imaginable. So that's really the kind of thought process that I had, and I was just there. I just got like all the best gear, and after that it would have been just like cruise control. I would have loved it, but things like that happen, and you can't really disregard the facts of the game, where the game is still very good itself. I leveled last night. I don't know, I leveled to 50. It felt like nothing. It just felt so good. And it's how it is. Eventually my character will be up there again. Eventually they're going to have the races, which I'm very likely going to participate in, and over time I'll be able to funnel gear through those characters and kind of have this unique character, because most of the characters you're going to have in this game are going to be temporary characters through a league, but you're only going to have a few that you're going to be able to invest a lot of gear and a lot of time in these forever leagues. So that's something to keep in mind. If you die, that sucks, but hey, just go at it again. You'll have a lot of fun, just like I did. See you guys tomorrow.